Hey everyone, this is Laura, and this video is to help you understand how to update your city page on the World Information Architecture Day website. So we're going to be toggling between the actual site and the document that I'll make available to you. So if you're already familiar with WordPress, just go ahead and feel free to do it yourself. There's going to be documentation provided, or you can watch this video and follow along. So in the documentation, there's going to be step-by-step to help you walk through this process. So for the first step, it's just the login. I put the URL here, and for today's demonstration, I'm using the beta site. But your username is firstname.lastname, and the password is World IA Day. So just enter that information on that URL and simply hit or click login. Once you're in there, the documentation is going to take you to step number 2, which is to update your profile. So over in this left-hand side, you're going to see a place called People, and then you're going to go ahead and update your name. So over here, you see People, just click on that. And then we've already added everyone's name in, so I'm just going to do a quick search here for Laura. I'll search, and then once I find my name, I can simply click Edit. And all of that is in the documentation, so I'm just scrolling through this here. Next, you're going to select your role, and you'll see that over here to the right, you are all coordinators because you're the leaders for your cities. You'll notice as we get down further in the documentation, you can add speakers and volunteers as well. But right now, we're just going to focus on that coordinator role. So there's also information about a keyword. So if you want to put in a keyword about yourself, that would be fantastic. There's also a meta description down here. Go ahead and feel free to fill that out. I put in something about my executive producer role, but you obviously can put something about your leadership. Next, we're going to move on, and I know this is going pretty fast, so hopefully you can just pause it if it's going too fast, to personal details, and you'll see this edit button right here. So that's going to be the next step here. And then this walks you through just updating your title, your bio, which is kind of a short little way to tell us about yourself, your location, and then saving that work. So basically, you could just enter all this information in here, select your city, put your email address and your Twitter. So this actually would be World IA Day. And then yours probably is WIAD city name, something like that. And then you're going to click Save. Also, the email for you guys is probably going to be city@worldiaday.com. So if you have questions about that particular email, you can always reach out to Erin and she'll help you with that. Okay, step 3 is adding your photo. So add a picture of yourself. This doesn't have to be some boring corporate shot, but it could be. And if you want to take a fun selfie of yourself with the city in the background, that would be fun too. Just anything professional and that you like is totally fine. So you'll go to this place right here on this featured image, and you'll click Set Featured Image. Now, if you've already been a leader before, you might notice your photo's already up there. But like for Erin's, let's say she wants to use this photo again, or if she doesn't, if she wants to upload a file, a new file, just click Upload Files, select your file from your list of files on your computer, and then click Set Featured Image. So I'm just going to go ahead and click out of that. But you can kind of look at it on the site and see what it looks like. So if you scroll down, scroll back up, now what you want to do is update your information on the publish. This is basically saving your information so far. So that's super important. We don't want you to lose the work you've done this far. So go ahead and publish that work and by clicking update. All right, now I'm just going to make a little side mention about adding leaders. So if you have some other key people that are helping you run the event, go ahead and add those people to this page. So you would just go back to people. If they're not already in the page, you can add a new person here and go through the steps. And it's pretty much the same exact thing that we just talked about. Same information, just go through and click it. Now you don't want to put all 20 volunteers in. You probably just want to put a few key leaders that you have, and you can also come back and do this later. And it's the same with speakers, just adding them in, and remember the roles, you just click the speakers instead. And just a side note on volunteers, for volunteers, we're going to have some separate instructions that are coming later. So right now, you don't really have to do that. For step 5, you're going to add your location. And so you're going to find locations over here again in the side, left-hand side navigation. You'll notice all your cities are already there as well. So you can look them up, or you can just scroll down and find your city. Go ahead and select your city, and then you're going to edit the details of your city. So this is stuff like, let's just go into Edmonton, and you're just going to basically add you're going to click edit here under location details, and you're going to add your address. You can ignore GPS coordinates, that's from last year. You can put things about the location description, if there's any accessibility information, or if there's a particular landmark you want to help them find it, whatever, put those things in here. And then select the coordinator that goes with that city. So right now we have Mark Morris, and I know Steve is helping him. Right now we'll just click Mark, and then we would put here in this indication the registration link. Now if you don't have that already, totally fine. Just go ahead and click Save Changes. And there's a whole nother set of instructions for registration. But basically, we've set up all your registration pages for you, so hopefully that made it really easy. And you can just contact Kurt with questions. But again, realize that a World IA registration toolkit will be coming to help you walk through that. So that's pretty much the location information. And again, just make sure you click the coordinator that corresponds. I put Kurt's contact information in this documentation. And then, of course, we want to save your information again. So save your changes. And then you can also click the update button over here. The next section I want to talk about is the talks. So if you already have your program, you know what the talk titles are, you can add this here. If you don't know that right now, you can totally log in and add this information later. So the documentation just walks you through adding the talk, the description, the time that it starts and ends, and if it's a featured talk. So basically you're going to have one featured talk, which is your keynote. So I'm going through that kind of quickly because I think it's probably early that most of you would have your agendas ready. But if you do, you can go ahead and add that information, or even just add the talk title if that's all you have for now. That's totally fine. Sponsors are extremely important to us because they're providing support. And so we have a section for sponsor names, URLs, and the logo. You can see that down here. If you need more information about that, just let us know. And then, of course, you have your SEO to optimize the search engine. So you definitely want to put some keywords in here, fill out this meta description. If you have questions, please reach out and let me know. And when you're done with that, just go ahead and click update again. So there's a couple cautionary do nots listed here, but that is basically how you update your city page. And congratulations, you guys are amazing. And I left some emails here on the documentation of how to reach out Again, if you're new or you haven't worked with WordPress very much, we are more than happy to walk through these details at a slower pace for you. So thank you so much for all that you're doing. We appreciate you guys more than you have any idea. You're awesome. So keep up the good work.